With this, the CDC is investigating a small number of young adults and adolescents who experienced, well, what they're saying, heart issues after getting the vaccine. I hate to do anything that discourages people from getting the vaccine. So let's just say rare. Dr. Oz, hello.
Hello, Mike. There was a big debate within the committee that reviews these complications, arguing that, listen, we can just panic people over something that's probably nothing. And just so I can put some words on this, the heart condition is called myocarditis. It's not like you're having a heart attack. It's an inflammation, a sprain of the heart. And in general, it gets better by itself. It's actually not rare. Probably 10 to 20 people per 100,000 get it anyway. I've taken care of many folks with myocarditis, and with some medications, they get better almost always. But the question that the panel is asking is there more than just a baseline incidence of myocarditis in the younger people getting these vaccines? And young people are more sensitive to these issues because the benefit of the vaccine is not quite the same, right? I mean, that's not where a lot of the harm came to our society. So if you're going to give teenagers a vaccine, you're not going to have much of a tolerance for complications. The numbers right now are so low, we can't say anything. But the panel, in their words, they just wanted to double check. So they're putting the word out. So any doctor taking care of a patient who's been vaccinated who suspects that there might be myocarditis can report it. That way they can actually figure out, is this nothing? Or is there some small risk we got to be careful about and warn folks of?
And so, Dr. Oz, I have a kid in exactly that age range, in that 12 to 18 range. I signed him up first day that it was possible. We already got his first dose. So what they found is that this may or may not be more prevalent in boys, and maybe after the second dose about 4 days later. So that's what you should look out for and just keep an eye on.
Yeah, and if you have issues like a chest pain, it's more of a burning pain in your chest. If you're getting any shortness of breath, any symptoms that are related to irregular heartbeats, you want to go talk to a doctor. And listen, part of the issue here is it's hard to screen 100 million people, right? So that's we've had 170 million get the vaccine so far. So you've got to look for small little clues. So warning parents not to panic them, but just to be alert. Would be helpful. And that way, if there is an issue, we can treat it. By the way, it might not be related to the vaccine. It could be completely separate. It could be 3 weeks after the vaccine, which is definitely not related to it. But you still want to treat the myocarditis if you know it's there.
Let's talk about Rand Paul, because this is getting a lot of headlines. Of course, he is a doctor. He got the COVID, a case of it, at the beginning, the outset, back in March. And now he is saying, even as a doctor, he's not going to get the vaccine.
Well, in Europe, they've been having this debate. And in fact, some countries, they're only giving one of the mRNA vaccines with the argument that getting COVID itself was the same as getting one of the shots. Now, Rand Paul is correct. Generally speaking, when you've gotten infected with a virus, you will have antibodies and you'll have longer term resistance to the infection with other parts of your immune system. So he's arguing that even if the antibody levels, which is the early defense systems, have waned, because that's all we can measure, we can't actually often go out and look at your cells to see if they're ready to go to battle. He says, I still think I'm protected. So I'm not going to bother getting vaccinated against the same virus I had. If there's some future virus that's a variant that's so different, mutated so much that my vaccine wouldn't help, nor would having had prior COVID a year ago help, then maybe I'll go get something. And that's not a rare thought process for doctors. But I think we'd be focused on this. I obviously, from Philadelphia, I know how literal we can be. I don't want this adding a lot of confusion to everyone's mind. Rand Paul's a doctor who can do all kinds of things if he were to get sick. I think for the average person out there, move with the herd, right? When you go, look out in Africa, the person who's not with the herd, they get caught by the lion. Don't be the only person in your block who didn't get vaccinated.
Well, I think we both, Mike and I both had COVID, and we both got fully vaccinated on top of that, because, you worry about the variants and everything else.
Well, you get a much higher boost of antibodies with the vaccine, which we think might be one of the reasons you're protected, as you point out, from the South African, the Brazilian, the UK variants, which are those. The UK is the most common one in this country right now.
Hey, Dr. Oz, I know you're going to be flying. How are you feeling about flying these days?
I've started. I'm loving it. The airports are packed. You will not be the only one on your airplane. In fact, every seat will be taken. Join the crowd. Listen, this virus has been dropping in its danger to us for the last 3 months because vaccinations have dramatically increased, especially among the vulnerable. So if you've been vaccinated, the chances of you dying in the clinical trials was 0. So if you want to travel, do it. If you want to take your mask off or walk outside or even inside these days, do it. Go back to life. The Surgeon General told me we will have more people dying from fears and restrictions around COVID than actually from COVID now. Get back to life, because being isolated, being lonely will include deaths of despair. Get on a plane, visit your family.
Are you going to do that?
I'm doing it right now, actually.
Love it. That's great. Dr. Ross, thank you for being on the show.
Take care, Mike. Stay
We'll see
well.
you this afternoon.